Hi guys, Dean here, back again for another vinyl arrivals video. Again, it's been probably a good month or so since my last video. Time just seems to be flying, but hey ho. The last video I did, I think, was the Number the Beast Iron Maiden series, and Rob Doran, who's also a fellow VC community member and also runs the Iron Maiden vinyl collectors page actually on Facebook, so check that out if you guys don't already know about it. I'll stick a link under the video anyway. Pointed out that besides the EMI 100 Centenary edition of Number the Beast, which I don't have, which he this week managed to grab hold of a copy for no less than £15, which is just crazy. That guy's unbelievable. Pointed out that I don't have the black label edition of the standard UK EMI pressings, so I didn't even know that existed. That completely slipped me by. So luckily enough, on eBay, literally only about 2 or 3 days after, hey presto, one black label copy of Number the Beast. So in all intents and purposes, it's exactly the same. It just doesn't have the standard sort of Eddie under the lamplight, street lamp. But the catalogue numbers are all the same. The inner sleeve is exactly the same. So it is purely the label on that one. I think even the pressing numbers were the same. From memory, I did check them out. I'll do that later. So that was good to get hold of. So still only missing the 100 Centenary one now for the ones I want. So while we're on a Maiden, I did try and pick this up actually a while ago, but sadly they had sold out on the website, and for some reason I went on again last week. I can't remember why. I was looking for something else actually, and I noticed they had some in stock, so I grabbed one. This is Blaze Bayley's solo debut album, Silicon Messiah. I remember back in the day when it came out and absolutely loved it. This is the vinyl reissue, signed as you can see at the top. So this was available. I'm not sure if it still is. Last week they must have had found some old stock or something, or not sure what happened, but it certainly was out of stock when I last looked, and it was discounted to £10. So I snagged a copy. Should have probably grabbed a couple, but I thought I'll leave that for other fans to pick up rather than flippers. But yeah, so really nice package, double LP, comes in a, that's the back there, comes in a nice gatefold, standard black vinyl, and I think the inner sleeves, picture sleeves, yeah, so you've got the lyrics and so forth on there, along with it's a tight sleeve as well. This one, it's a bit of a nightmare getting the vinyl on the sleeves in and out, but for £10 I ain't gonna complain, so I'll stick that one in later. Otherwise I could be here all day. So that was a nice one to get. It's a cracking album for those that haven't heard of it. I mean, you've heard me say about Blaze and their Maiden years. I just don't think Blaze was a particularly very good fit for the band. I love Wolfsbane, don't get me wrong, I think Blaze is a fantastic singer. Some of the material I did with Iron Maiden was great. I just think from obviously Bruce leaving to Bruce rejoining, those two albums for me just didn't cut it. But everybody knows that's my opinion, and I know everybody else's opinion is different. But Blaze as a singer I have no problem with at all. I say Wolfsbane, I have pretty much, if not all their stuff on vinyl. Love the Silicon Messiah, I love the newer stuff he's doing, so like I say, fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Just wasn't quite the right fit for Maiden. Still on the Maiden trip, I picked up a copy of Made in Japan. This is the Canadian, I think the Canadian or the US Harvest copy. Actually, it may actually said New Zealand on there, which also, but then it also says America on that one. So I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. Let's see. The reason I picked this up essentially was, again, as you guys probably heard me go on about it before, I just love that Harvest label. I have the Japanese and the English pressing of this anyway already. Yeah, it's the New Zealand pressing, which I didn't realise, I thought it was the American. But just loving that label. I think it's a cracker. It is. I think it's got to be one of my all-time favourite designs for a record label. I don't know why. It's simplistic. Its colours are fantastically well together, but I don't know. So that's another one for the Maiden collection. So that was a good one to get. On a tenuous link, and I do mean tenuous. Picked this up, actually picked this up probably about a month or so ago. This is the Opeth live at the Albert Hall. Now I've been looking around for this for a while actually, and it goes for varying different prices on eBay, but I managed to snag one brand new, still sealed, for I think about £40, which I was happy to pay £40. It's a 4-disc set, even though it looks like there's 3 albums in there. The third album is a double DVD, and it comes with an absolutely glorious sort of booklet and so forth in there, so that's really, really nice. And the package itself is just exactly the easiest thing to handle. There we go. I think there's a nice little print in there as well, which I think was the reproduction of the poster. So that's quite nice. So that's a nice touch. Also, so the contents. I really need a table here, guys. So this is the DVD section. So you've got the 2 DVDs in there, so it all goes nicely together. And then you have the albums. That's the band on the back there. So again, really nice package. You may think, okay, so where is the tenuous connection doing? Well, voila. It appears that Opeth have my love for the Harvest logo, Harvest label even. It is, I think, a bit of a homage to the label. Obviously, famous song of theirs is Harvest, which appears on this album, the first track, side B. But I just think that, yeah, that's a nice touch there. And it sounds fantastic for those of you that haven't heard this album either. Again, if you have a love of Opeth, which I know there's a lot of love in the VC for Opeth, and they were a band that I really stayed away from for a long, long time, purely based upon their early material. It just was a bit too. Just the vocals for me didn't sit with me right. Too much growling and so forth, which I'm not particularly keen on. Don't mind it in short bursts, but if that's all the vocalist has to offer, I tend to shy away from the band. But then I think Dan Vinyl Fury mentioned Heritage This was a couple of years ago now on the VC. And I took a listen to that and fell in love with that, and literally I've been going through the back catalogue. And even the early stuff now, I think just because of the musicianship that I know the band has, I'm happy listening to. So it's opened my eyes a bit as well to, you know, a few different sort of vocal styles that I may not normally get into. But yeah, definitely if you're not a fan of Opeth yet, you should be. And following on from Opeth, we have their latest live offering, which is Lamentations, which was recorded at the Shepherd's Bush Empire. So that's got some of the later material on there from sort of Damnation and Deliverance and so forth. So again, another cracking album. Really good set as well. It's 3 triple LP set. And I think it was really cheap as well. It was about £22, which was fantastic. Yeah, really good to have that. So, Opeth Lamentations. Another one I was going to show as well, which was been slowly going through, picking up all the Ash stuff. This was one that still eluded me, so I managed to pick this one up last week as well. Literally spun it this morning. Sounds fantastic. There is a 2-disc version of this, which I think was released in Europe. It seems to be on Discogs that it's an official release, but I'm not sure why the record company, or at least a record company, would release a single disc and a 2-disc version, but in different territories. So if anybody out there can shed any light on that, that would be appreciated. I mean, this sounds great, you know, I'm just wondering if the 2-disc version sounds even better, and whether it's worthwhile trying to snag a copy. I think the last one sold for about £60 on eBay, so it's not cheap, but yeah, certainly happy with this. The packaging on this looks better anyway, so if nothing else, but cracking album. And finally, this one I forgot to dig out. Just bear with me a second, guys, and I should have probably done this beforehand. Really unorganised. You guys probably heard me mention, probably going back a couple of years now, that there was a soundtrack that I was really looking forward to. The soundtrack was Twin Peaks, and as we can see on this Death Waltz copy of Emmanuel, Twin Peaks due 2014. This was a 2014 Record Store Day release. Everything else on there I think arrived in 2014. Twin Peaks didn't. Should have been 2015, still didn't arrive. So come 2016, and we're now in September, and it's here. Fantastic. It's been a long wait. The packaging is it's different. It's not, you know, somebody sort of told me, well, Death Waltz told me 2 years ago that they were releasing Twin Peaks, and initially it was going to be a double album, one coffee coloured vinyl, one cherry pie vinyl, sort of keeping with the theme of the programme and so forth for those that have watched it. This is just coffee coloured single disc. Now I've waited 2 years for this, and yes, the packaging looks beautiful. Sort of came with a obi strip that sits over the top, which is that. So again, this is that the film soundtrack is coming as well in 2016. Not quite sure how accurate that's going to be with the previous track record on the Twin Peaks stuff. Then sort of obviously you've got the die cut sleeve there, sort of pops out, so you've got the image of the trees, and then Laura Palmer's on the back with the track listing. What is nice about this is that there's a bit of a letter from the composer, which is cool, just going through the process of obviously recording and writing with David Lynch. You've got the lyrics for the 3 songs that actually include in the lyrics, and you also have obviously the vinyl the vinyl is beautiful. You know, no problem at all with that. It's great. Green label on one side, brown on the other. Looks great, sounds great. Hunky-dory. Has been remastered apparently. Now I don't think it's any particular improvement over the original. I have the original. The original copy I have is a bit crackly in places, and as the soundtrack is pretty quiet and atmospheric, that sort of shows up probably more so than it would be if it was, you know, on an album that was a lot more going on. My main gripe with this album is the cost. And Dan Fury, you'll be with me on this one, mate. I think I paid £28 for this, and that was discounted. I get discount from my local store because I buy a fair bit from them. And as nice packaging as this isn't essentially a £30 record. I think is what it's retailing for. £28.99 I think is the retail, or £29.99 for a single disc. No, this is just crackers. You know, I appreciate for whatever reasons it's taken 2 years to come, and maybe that's part and parcel of the reason. If it was a double disc version as originally planned, that would have been great. Yeah, I just don't know why, you know, that doesn't cost £30 to produce. I've got die cut records that have been, you know, £20, £15. So where the money comes from, I don't know. Like I say, it doesn't seem to be any better sound quality wise than the original I have. So I don't know. Well, we're obviously paying for something. I don't think there's been any official word as to why it's taken 2 years longer than expected. So, you know, maybe Death Waltz, if you can elaborate on that, that'd be great. Maybe if anybody else has picked this up and have got their opinions, maybe they're different to mine. Again, all comments welcome. You know me, I just like to have a moan, but I do like to get, you know, value for money. And I'm not disputing the fact that it's a nice package. I just think, you know, for money, it should have been, you know, it's a £20, you know, $20 record. It's not any more than that for my money. But anyway, glad to have it. It's a quieter, cleaner copy than my original. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough for me blabbering on. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks to all my new subscribers as well. I know you keep coming in, which is great to see you. Leave a comment below. Thanks, guys. See you later.